What they'll do with me,
What's
they'll
that?
take that video, make ads with me saying things
Okay,
bad about your
I've got a
ranch.
customer here with me that he's a international guy and we can't show his face, but he's going to tell us a story. So I'm just going to have to lay the camera down. You guys get to look at my rusty roof.
Okay.
So
I'm in the honey hole.
okay, let's back up. You said the most exciting thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life was here on this ranch a few years ago.
Absolutely one of the most. I put it in the top 10 for sure.
All right.
So what happened was, I had learned that at an archery you've got to have shot placement. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you risk the animal running a half mile and never finding it, right? Mm-hmm. So I had two I could clearly see, a third in the vicinity, but there was enough vegetation that I couldn't make out what the kill zone is. They were digging up for grubs and that kind of thing. And so while they were rooting, I waited about maybe 6-7 minutes just standing there waiting for that opening to occur.
Now you're down in the honey hole.
I'm in the honey hole.
And were you setting down or were you behind a tree?
Standing up next to a tree with my bow.
And watching them come your way.
They were just staying in. Okay, so I'm gonna guess they're all in the right about 100-pound range. About 3 of them, okay? So I'm not taking the shot because the wind's good, they can't smell me. I'm only 20 to 25 yards away. I don't have the kill zone. So they start to move off away from me. I don't know if they sense me, whatever, but just as they do, one walks right in front of me about 7-8 yards. Because I'm on the tree on this side of the road, he's on the other side of the road, and he goes down this path. And so I decide to quietly stalk behind him. And as I walk only about 30 yards off that path behind him, I see a multicolored carpet on the ground. And my first thought was like, someone at the ranch threw an old carpet down. And then my brain went off. All this is happening like within 1 second. And I realized there was 6 hogs, different colors, so close to each other they looked like it was a carpet. So I pulled my bow back to get ready, and the first one, which was like a tan color, alerted all the other hogs. The second one, which was a black boar, about 100 pounds, started charging me. I shot him right through the heart. So he's charging me with my arrow in him. I'm only, at the time I take the shot, 25 yards, right? So as he starts charging me, I realize I had walked into a ring. I have 10 hogs and I'm in the middle. I have 6 there and another 10 all around me from each flank. So from like at 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock behind me, if I'm facing the 6, I have 2 hogs charging me with this guy coming at me at the same time. I have 3 hogs coming in the same time. I almost shit my pants. I mean, I had unbelievable. I was like, so I grabbed my knife. I got my bow. I'm going to use my bow as like a shield. I grabbed my knife and I'm ready to fight. He's in the 4 yards. They're in the 4 yards. I'm just going to do the best I can. I figure I'm going to get cut up bad. This is ugly. He gives out this cry at 4 yards. And I learned something that I didn't know. But if they know you're going to fight, they almost always turn at the last minute. And they could tell I was going to fight. All 4 of them at the exact same time. Boom, boom, boom. All did a complete 180 and ran off. And so he's hobbling because he's got a kill shot. And he dies right in front of me. This one, Yeah, they give out that death cry. That's it. He's done. Those other guys are long gone. My heart's pumping. And I said, man, maybe next time I take a shot, I'm going to make sure there's a tree nearby that I can go jump up. Because I should have jumped up a tree. This is the most crazy, insane hunt of my life. And yeah, I got within 4 yards max all around me of getting torn up.
Well, thanks for sharing that story with us, and I appreciate you sharing the story with us. And when was that? How long ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
and
I've been here 4 times, and I've had a wonderful time every time. So
we appreciate it, and you brought a friend with you this time, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we know we'll be seeing you again here soon.
Yeah. So
all right.
I'll never forget that one, Paul. Oh my gosh.
Well, we appreciate the story, and we'll look forward to having some more fun on this hunt.
He was telling me he had a guy here just a couple weeks ago who shot a boar, and the boar charged him, and he was 7 years old, and the boar tore his pants, and he was shooting him with a rifle. He shot him with an arrow, but then he had a pistol, and he was shooting him all the way up, right down to his feet.
Well, these people don't realize that these hogs are hard to bring down. And just yesterday, during our afternoon hunt, one of our other hunters that was here when you were out on the other side of the ranch, he shot a boar. He estimated it at about 200 pounds. He shot it 4 times with a .308, blew its face off. The hog should have dropped, put 3 more rounds in it, and the hog got away. We never could find the hog. So they are hard to bring down. So
what I would say, if you have a new bow hunter, the number one thing I would say, advise them, don't move after you shoot.
And tell us why.
Because the hog will very likely not know, because unlike a gun that's so quiet, and the hog will usually only go 25 yards because it'll be wounded if you hit it, and it's not going to want to run very far. It's just going to lay down until it dies. And when you're a young bow hunter, I've made this mistake, you start chasing after the animal, and that gives them that extra adrenaline to be able to sometimes get beyond your ability to find them.
That's a good pointer. So you guys listen to this. That's very good advice from a hunter that's been out here with lots of experience. So thanks again, and let's go do some hunting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll go get our coolers. We'll pack up our meat.